Introduction.
Hey.
Hi.
So we're gonna do something different. Y'all, I'm not sleeping. Y'all hear me talking, my eyes closed. We're gonna do something different. So normally, Dawn and I record a podcast called Life with Williams that you can find on SoundCloud. We've done a couple episodes. It's normally me, Dawn, and Daniella. But we decided this time that we'll record it. Dawn's gonna vlog it, but we'll also continue to podcast. So it's a video podcast. That makes sense?
Yes.
So, like I'm this because normally ain't nobody to see us. So when you bring the camera, I'm like, but like, look how I look, and he's like, don't worry about it. So anyhow, welcome to
like every day.
Yeah, that's what it is. Welcome to Life with Williams. We're gonna talk about some stuff. What we can talk about today?
Well, firstly, I'm DonBWill.
I'm Rhea Williams. And then normally you'll hear her say, and my name is Daniella, and I'm 3 years old. But she's not here. She's on summer vacation. So we so sad and sorry without Daniella. Listen to us talking about her.
That's all right.
But anyway, what we can talk about today?
I forgot again.
Seriously, Dawn? We're talking about homeschooling. But before we get into that, I can let Dawn, I don't know, talk about some interesting stuff. What do you want? I don't know. You take it over.
So how was your day? How was your week?
Today is still the beginning of the week, and I feel like it's been rough.
Already?
Today was exceptionally difficult. But I mean, we talked already. But that's all about it again. And so we home relaxing now.
Yeah, sometimes things don't always work out. Yeah.
And I work in the construction industry, and so my profession is just trying naturally, because construction can be a challenge. There's so many moving parts. I'm in the professional team side, so I deal with the designers, the contractor, the authorities, the client, all the drama, and so it was just one of those days. But yeah.
Let's change roles, because you normally ask me all the questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So aside from your week so far, it's getting kind of hectic, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say are the wins for you? Not even just this week. Let's say the end of last week or last week. What would you say are your wins?
Wins. This is gonna sound really probably not like a big deal, but a win for me was going out with you on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was fun.
Because I don't know if you realize a couple of things. One, I was stressed out because I have client issues and work issues. But I didn't feel good. Remember, I had like the worst headaches in the world on Saturday and on Sunday morning.
Yes.
And I just wasn't up to it. Like, I wasn't into it. But it was like, you know what? I'm going to go have fun with the hubs. So I think that was a win, to get out and have fun and let loose.
I'll trade you.
Okay.
I think my biggest win was the whole DQ thing.
Yes.
Because
that was a win.
Initially we only went there to buy like a handful of treats. And then we just ended up buying for everyone who was in DQ. And the biggest part of that was, for me, yes, it was a great cause. The money went to help some people out, but the appreciation was not expected.
People were really grateful.
It was really not expected.
And also the appreciation since then, because even on Sunday when we went out, remember we were leaving.
Yes.
There was a girl. We went to a pool party, child. It was a little ratchet, but it was good. And there was this girl in the pool, having a good time, and she stopped and she's like, "Thank you guys so much." She's like, "My little brother has Down syndrome, and so to see you supporting that cause made a difference." And like, these are people that you see partying and stuff like that, but you don't realize how sometimes that small act really affects others. And you know what else? We probably could like edit some of this yapping out, right? Because this isn't what we're supposed to be talking about. But anyway, the other thing is we went into DQ. The purchases were to benefit the Down syndrome organization. There was a girl in there with Down syndrome. And she ended up being one of the recipients of Dawn's kindness. It wasn't intended because we really didn't even see her. It was like her mom who was purchasing, who we ended up buying for. So we didn't see her until after the fact. And the thing about all of that was, in that moment while we were in there, she was so happy about that ice cream. Like, I almost to tears thinking about it. Like, she was clapping, and that made her day. And so that joy that we got to experience through her energy, and everyone else in the store too, because there were other customers like, oh my God, how amazing, you know. So that was a super win, Dawn. Thank you for sharing that with me. That was good. That good energy is necessary, man.
I don't know if that was a mommy or a Grammy, but
that was grateful.
That was the first lady at the register when I told them that I'll just cover her bill. And it shocked her, I think, because she asked me about 2-3 times if I was sure.
I know, right?
And you know, if they could get anything, I said, yes, you can get anything you want.
Yeah,
it's for DQ Miracle Treat Day. So I think that was the biggest win.
That was great.
What about something that went awry?
Which one?
Pick one.
I think one of the probably not. It wasn't tough, but it was disappointing. One of the disappointments last week was not being able to find a ticket to Orlando that worked with our schedules and that made sense. Like, all the tickets, you got to go through Charlotte for 7 hours, or like there weren't even tickets to Miami. We're trying to book some round trip tickets so that we could go and pick up the princess ourselves together on a certain schedule, but it just didn't work out, and so we ended up having to make alternate plans. But everybody traveling, child, means surely ain't broke, because there is not one flight going or coming for all of August available. So
the Bahamas Air, let them bring back the heavy.
Not only Bahamas Air, Delta, JetBlue, American, like nobody. So
it was a mess.
Money spending, child.
And interestingly enough, that I share that sentiment because I miss Daniella. I miss my
man. I was looking forward to going to get her. And I was looking forward to spending the time. You know, probably we were going to do a day at Disney and all of that. But anyway, we'll have another time for that. So that was a bit of a disappointment.
And for those that don't know Daniella, because I know some people are probably listening to this on SoundCloud, they can actually find her at Love is Daniella on Instagram.
Cool. So we need to get to what we're supposed to be talking about. We done had a whole episode. So we didn't talk about what we supposed to talk about.
What are we supposed to talk about?
Do you remember?
So that was what we were talking about.
Homeschooling.
Okay.
All right. So if this is your first time listening to our podcast, welcome again. I don't think we did a proper welcome, but we like to talk about things that affect our family. We like to talk about, that's why Dawn asked about the wins and the losses and things that went wrong, because we kind of talk about what happened in our family for the week, what are the lessons we learned, how are we better or worse off, and then things that affect us in general. One of the things that we see affecting us in the years to come is the way we choose to school Daniella. Dawn and I are both professionals, but we work on kind of different schedules than the average person. We move around, and we're actually gearing up to do quite a bit more of moving around. And so I had never really considered homeschooling, to be honest, never, until we met the principal from her current school who does the homeschooling thing. I'm in the food store. Like, we know her, but because she's like in kindergarten, it just never occurred to us. We were always like, she's gonna go to the Catholic school, she's gonna like, you know, do her BGCSEs or whatever.
And this is by chance too.
Right. So only in talking to her did it hit us that this could actually make a lot of sense. And then from that conversation, doing research, realizing that this is actually probably something that will put Daniella in the kind of space that she needs. Right? Because of the type of personality she has and what seems to be her learning style so far. So I guess
a tech baby.
Yeah, she's a tech baby as well as she's creative. And I think most kids are at that age.
Yeah, as long as you don't. I found that as long as you don't hinder
Yeah,
a
don't
child's
stifle 'em.
imagination, the
Yeah.
sky is literally just the tip of the iceberg.
So my thing, why I wanted to discuss this, because actually Dawn and I haven't really discussed it, so we're discussing it on mic and camera for the first time together. But I was never really a fan of homeschooling. I always had this thing that I thought,
I don't.
because I felt like children needed to be socialized, and you should. I think that like school is rough for a young kid, right? I've been through some crap in school. It's rough, but I also think that the things that children go through in school prepare them for life, right? And I always felt like homeschooling was this thing where
I could agree with that.
you're home, like, and you have like your precious babysitter or your mom or your dad or whatever, like taking you step by step through everything, and you don't have a chance to like really buck up on some things because it's such a sheltered environment. So for me, that's what it always felt like, and I didn't want to shelter her. But I'm understanding now that the homeschool system or environment is so different because they do group homeschooling now. That's so much more popular.
Which is also what we found out. Sorry to cut you off.
Right.
From our principal as well. So that's not something, because we share that concern. I think that was my biggest issue in terms of having a homeschooled, especially for the fact that Daniella is very interactive. If anyone has watched any of the vlogs or whatever, if my wife is not with us, Daniella and I are out and about.
They're on the move
all the time.
And then, like, who was going to be the one teaching her? Because mommy ain't got the patience for that. So all of those things, I had this thing that it wasn't for me, but I guess understanding that a group monitoring is available. So if you don't know, because I just learned this, they have a lot of programs where they encourage group monitoring. And so you basically have a homeschool program that your child would be a part of, that they're registered to, and they're following that program and that curriculum. But they would then go to a group monitoring program, which is set up similar to a school. The difference is you're not like all sitting in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. You may all be spending time together, taking a lunch breaks together, and being there at the hours between like 9 and 3. But you're all working individually based on your program, and there are monitors there to give you the help that you need to kind of keep track. And if they need to provide any feedback to the administrators of the programs, like wherever it is in the world, out there in computer land. So it's similar to a school environment. Socialization opportunities are there. The chance for discipline and all that stuff is there as well. So because of that, I like it. And so that's what the group monitoring is. So the other things were, and I started to do some research, so I'm not going to read all of them.
Can I chime in for one?
Sure, go ahead.
The one thing I like about it is any extracurricular activities that she has, because of the schedule being the way it is, if I plan for her to do something, maybe a private lesson in the morning,
like swimming,
yes, I can always schedule her to not just have to go straight to school. We can take the time out. I can adjust, or we could figure out how to adjust our schedules to make sure that she has some time to whether go home and change, rest up a little bit before she does class. And I think that's great, because I don't necessarily prefer my daughter at her age right now to have a schedule like a daddy or a mommy. I think that's a little bit too much for a kid, but to each its own.
Yeah. Agreed. So there are advantages and disadvantages. Some of them seem very obvious. You know what I mean? I'm not going to read all of them. But the top advantage is determining. I hope I ain't slurring too much, y'all. I tired as could be. Like, y'all, today was rough. Determine the curriculum and their children's schooling schedule. That, I think, is probably the most important thing. You have the ability to choose the kind of curriculum that your child follows, their schedule. And why that's important is because when we look at the education system that we are currently living among, oh Lord, the brain, living in, the goal here is to get the national examination.
Yes.
Which is, it's the first one is what, BJC, then it's BGCSE. And when you look at the subjects and you look at the way these things are taught, there's very little focus on things that will allow you to be competitive in a global market, right? Technology, science, these things start at grade 7. And at a very simplistic, flat level, you know what I mean? And then a little bit more when you get to grade 9 or 10, I think it is. And maybe that will change as she grows. But I definitely don't want to wait to find out.
Yeah.
And I think that putting her in a program that will allow her to have some multi-layered approach to education and STEM, sciences, technology, and expose her to some other creative, maybe careers, new media, all sorts of things, man. Specialization even in the traditional careers. Those are the things that you can really start to expose your kids to early because of the options available for homeschooling. So that's how I'm looking at it, and I'm hoping that we can figure it out because we ain't got much time.
No.
We gotta figure it out soon. So anything else?
What did they say? Stop this.
So the disadvantage is I agree. Be around. Homeschooling parents have to be around their children all day long. This could be very difficult when children become restless and misbehave. Hello, somebody. That's what I was saying. Like, I ain't really into that, but the group homeschooling and the group monitoring is so much better because, child.
Actually, I wouldn't mind that, actually.
Good for you.
I wouldn't mind it, actually.
Lovely.
We get along very well. Like, I could set up a little tech zone for her in the corner.
When Daniella run you hot, and she's stubborn.
Focus.
Where'd she get it from?
What? Don't happen that.
This guy.
Don't happen that. My daughter's all about her business. Okay?
Yeah, but she's also very stubborn, Right. And sometimes she don't listen, and sometimes she back talk, and so it could be a lot. I mean, because we deal with that in the evenings alone. So imagine that's all day. Don, God bless you, but I ain't got it. So
like, when her and I when we go out for like 12 hours straight or something like that.
Yeah, because they all play on a Saturday.
Yeah, but that's how
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
I get her to learn. I get her to learn 12, by her turning everything into some form of play activity.
Yeah, you live it in reality,
Yeah, that's my.
When it comes to Daniella, this princess, but like I say, for school, there's a seriousness, there's a discipline, there's the focus that she don't always have, and I personally don't have the patience. And so if you feel like you do great, I mean, at the end of the day, I doubt any of us will do it because the reality is we're working parents, right?
And she gets that from me.
She gets what from you?
Just want to be the renegade and just do. I just want to do my own thing. I want to do it by myself.
And your way. Stubborn like a bar. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know if any of you are interested in homeschooling your kids, or if you're homeschooling your kids, or if you have any advice, please let us know. We would love to hear more about it because
yes,
it's a serious consideration for us right now. Really, really serious. And so we're just trying to wrap our minds around it. And I think that is about it. I guess we'll have to get Daniella's take on that in another podcast, where she can give us her 5 cents on it. But until then, any closing remarks?
Congratulations to you, new auntie.
Oh, I'll do the oily face.
Sorry.
Yes, my brother's baby, born 1:35 this morning. So happy. I couldn't sleep no more. That's probably why I so mash up.
Exactly. Thank you. That's all I wanted. I
was so excited because she was in labor yesterday, and then he's just like gorgeous. And the thing is, he's already side-eyeing us, right? Did I show it to you?
No, you didn't.
So he is.
I can't wait to see it.
He's side-eyeing us because he's like, y'all ain't see me trying to chill. Why y'all bothering me? So yeah, I'm really, really excited. That's an exciting thing. So yeah.
I can't wait till I get to be an uncle.
Auntie got a new baby.
Yep, I get to be an uncle again. This is awesome. I can't wait till I can feed them cotton candy.
Gosh.
What? They have to roll strong with me and Daniella on Saturday.
It's cool. It's cool. Right. So.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Thanks for watching.
Next time on Life with Williams, what are we going to talk about? I miss Daniella, I know that.
I bet you. Why don't you let people pick the new topic?
Not yet. I ain't ready for that. Next time after next time.
Next time after next time. Peace.